Okay, good.
Our one member is cannot attend today's class due to corona. So we four members are going to attend the presentation.
How
In
many members in your group? More than two?
we are five members, sir.
Okay, one member left, no problem.
In the introduction, let me explain about the background of the project.
Sorry, it's okay, Satish.
Commercial buildings are the any kind of buildings or structures which are intended to generate profit either from capital gain or from rental income. The examples of commercial buildings are retail buildings, apartment, hotels, shopping malls, and other special purpose buildings which are intended to generate profit. Mainly, our project is focused on retail building at shopping mall. The location of our proposed building project is Pokhara city. The statement of problems are greater ground coverage by single-story building area, and another is building are mostly damaged by earthquake, which are constructed without the seismic analysis and structural analysis. And there is a huge problem of parking in the commercial area. Yes, our project, our proposed building project is contains underground parking and means of vertical transportation also. The objectives are to design, to carry out seismic and structural analysis using ETRs, and to estimate the load and cost of the commercial building. And in scope, growing demand of multi-story commercial building, and Nepal being in several earthquake zones, the seismic consideration is must. It's okay. And now, my friend Sunil Kumar Yadav, please continue the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Satish Paneru. Next, the slide literature review, please. In literature review, we review design standard, research paper occur in the field of construction and modern practice of design. During earthquakes, deformation is permissible within certain limit, so that the safety of the building user is guarantee and the building does not collapse catastrophically. Please, next slide. Next slide. Satish.
I have changed the slide, but due to the internet problem, there may be problem.
Some of the milestone research conducted are Seng Penga. He he conducted on the research that the ductility of the reinforced steel can be increased by reinforcing with the fiber polymer. And Subramaniam Bastham, he done research on the strong column and a weak beam concept. The ductility of the material can be also increased. In his research, he concluded that the where the high stress in the structure, then that stress can be linked to the another part, so that the tension stress can be decreased in that area, and the building does not collapse during earthquake or seismic region. Umesh Patel, he researched on the G plus 5 RCC frame structure and he also concluded the performance of the shear wall was better in resisting the earthquake as per IS 1893.2002. Next slide. And also for the design standards, we have gone through the National Building Code NBC 2000 and 1994, and a plain reinforced concrete code of practice we mostly use during the reinforced steel design, and the criteria of earthquake resistance design of the structure 1893. And further the n for the next slide, further the n analysis of the structure, we first define the material. Next slide, Satish. And we define the material properties. Then after the section, beam, column, slab, and their dimension, and the what type of load occur on the structure and their load combination. After that, the earthquake force is also considered, and the method of design philosophy in the state design. After that, using the load combination and the software, we analyze the structure. After that, I call Saroj Sharma for the next explanation of our project.
Saroj, please can you change the slide? Okay. Namaste and good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is safe and sound. Thank you, my friend Sunil, for handing over this mic to me. In our project, now I am going to give some view about methodology. Methodology is one of the most important part of the project proposal. I think its meaning is clear from the word itself. Methodology generally means some kind of philosophy we adopt to conduct a project, staying within a certain discipline and using different ideas, methods, techniques, and procedures. It is the brief explanation which determines one's capacity to conduct a project. After we initiate any kind of project, we make plans, implement them, and arrive to a meaningful result. Next slide. For our project, the steps we followed is shown in a flowchart. First of all, we did some review of the literature, and then we selected a site. We collected different types of data, and through design and analysis, using different softwares, we found our project effective. Next slide. In detail, first of all, selection of the study area was done, considering the climatic and geological conditions, and also taking in mind the economical aspects. The data was collected in two phases, primary and secondary. In primary, soil test data, whereas in secondary, study accomplished by the senior batch were studied for reference. Similarly, in preliminary design, actual size of the elements such as beams and slabs were determined using codes. Then after, loads such as dead and seismic loads were calculated, and the model was analyzed in ETABS and SAFE software and design. The estimation and costing of the structure was determined, and the report was prepared. Next slide. Also, as our building is earthquake resistant, for it, we adapted some earthquake design philosophy too, such as symmetry that is equal along both the axes to avoid torsion, regularity that is uniform shapes, connection for the ductile behavior, and construction quality for the better quality of the materials during construction. Lastly, next slide, please. Methodology has certain characteristics. Methodology is a kind of evidence for a project at hand to show whether the project is sound or not. It should be such that it will lead to some meaningful result. Okay, that's my time. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call my friend Sushant Baral for the limitations and conclusions of our project. Thank you.
Thank you, Saroj. Good morning, everyone. As we know that every project has its limitations and drawback, I'm going to tell about some limitations of our project. The limitations are high budget. It is a bit costly. The next limitation is energy consumption. A lot of energy is consumed during this project. It takes high maintenance, and over the years, the value of the project gets degraded. And legal approval is needed from the administration, which can be a tedious process. The time schedule of our project is taken around 5 months, and the overall budget for the project is taken as rupees 32,000. And to conclude, I would like to say that we can ensure that the building will be structurally stable and will provide good service. The building project is really feasible and convenient to conduct. This project will have good advantage to the public. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
Hello, sir.
Thank you very much. for the presentation. Yes, you have covered all the essentials of the proposals. Okay, I think I have already mentioned some idea what are the factors to be considered for the commercial building. So please follow accordingly. अब अर्को तपाईको यो जुन अब्जेक्टिभ त्यो कुराहरू छ त्योहरू ठिकै छ हैन। अब तपाईहरुको एउटा चीज के पुगेको छैन भन्दाखेरि जुन लेख्ने कुराहरुको हिसाबमा जस्तो अब एक सर र मलाई मेथोडोलोजी लानुस् त। ओके, मेथोडोलोजी अघि कोहीले भन्नुभएको थियो नि मेथोडोलोजी भन्नाले के मेथोडोलोजीको अर्थ ठिकै हो, यो आइडिया, मेथड्स, टेक्निक्स, प्रोसिड्युर, कोड अफ कन्डक्ट सबै खालको इन्फर्मेसनहरू तपाईँले कलेक्सन गर्नुपर्छ। त्यो भएको हिसाबले यो चीज ठीक छ। अनि जस्तो अब लिटरेचर रिभ्यूमा ठ्याक्कै एक दुईटा कमर्सियल बिल्डिङहरू गरिरहेकोमा यस्तो यस्तो देखिँदो रहेछ भनेर तपाईँले खोइ त्यो लिटरेचर रिभ्यू देखाउनु त। त्यो लिटरेचर रिभ्यू चाहिँ अलि तपाईँ हाम्रो सबै साथीहरूको एउटै नेचर भइरहेको क्या। त्यसमा हामीले चाहिँ सकेसम्म एक दुईटा इन्फर्मेसनहरू ठ्याक्कै तपाईँको रिलेभेन्ट टपिकसँग देखाउनु पर्ने हो होइन। जस्तो अब यो चीज छ नि, जस्तो अब कमर्सियल बिल्डिङ डिजाइन गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब जस्तो सिम्पल तपाईँले हाम्रो बिल्डिङ कोडले अर्थक्वेक रिजन हाम्रो कुन पर्छ त्यो तपाईँले जोनिङ गर्ने जुन कुरो भन्नुभएको छ, जोनिङ के को आधारमा गरेको त्यो त तपाईँले ब्याकग्राउन्डमा थाहा पाइहाल्नुहुन्छ। म कुन जोनमा पर्छु, अर्थक्वेक भर्नाबिलिटी एस्पेक्टबाट भन्ने एउटा पार्ट तपाईँले बुझ्नु पर्यो। अनि दोस्रो भनेको अब तपाईँको पर्पज अफ कमर्सियल बिल्डिङ तपाईँले प्लानिङ गर्दाखेरि कस्तो तरिकाको प्लानिङ गर्नुभयो, अनि त्यसको आधारमा तपाईँले के भन्नु पर्यो त भन्दाखेरि लिटरेचर रिभ्यू गर्नु पर्यो क्या। दुई चारवटा ठ्याक्क हाम्रो के अरे नेपाल बिल्डिङ कोडले चाहिँ खासै प्र्याक्टिस गराइरहन्छ कमर्सियल बिल्डिङहरूलाई भन्ने हो कि आइएस कोडले यस्तो गरेको छ। अनि त्यसपछि दुई चारवटा कमर्सियल बिल्डिङहरूमा स्टडी गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ उनीहरूले चाहिँ स्पेस म्यानेजमेन्टलाई यसरी गरेका छन्, यस्तो इन्फर्मेसनहरू पनि तपाईँले कलेक्सन गर्नुभयो भने अनि तपाईँलाई अझ मेथडहरू सबैमा चाहिँ क्लियर हुन्छ कि। जस्तो अब तपाईँले त अहिले त्यहाँ भन्नुभयो नि अन्डरग्राउन्ड पार्किङ पनि छ, त्यसपछि भर्टिकल के पनि भन्नुभएको थियो त्यहाँ, त्यो चिजहरूको बारेमा पनि तपाईँले लिटरेचर चाहिँ हेर्नु पर्यो। र यो अहिले पहिलोचोटि जुन मिड टर्मसम्म पुग्दाखेरि तपाईँ सबै क्लियर के हुनु छ भने तपाईँले लिटरेचर रिभ्यू नै मस्त त्यो आफ्नो टपिकसँग इन्फर्मेटिभ हुने नै हो, त्योभन्दा अरू बढी केही पनि हुँदैन। एउटा ठ्याक्क अब जस्तो आजको दिनमा तपाईँले चाहिँ कमर्सियल बिल्डिङको तपाईँको प्लानिङ के हो त, प्लानिङको अर्थ कस्तो भन्दाखेरि जस्तो कति एरिया तपाईँले कभर गर्नुहुन्छ, अनि त्यसपछि कस्तो खालको फाउन्डेसन छ, सिमेट्रिकल त तपाईँले सिमेट्रिकल एसिमेट्रिकल कस्तो खालको छ, त्यसपछि अनि तपाईँले के एसेसरिजहरू राख्नुहुन्छ जुन स्ट्यान्डर्ड तरिकाले चलिरहेको भन्दा तपाईँको केही कुराहरू फरक छ कि केही फरक राख्नुहुन्छ कि होइन। यो सबै इन्फर्मेसनहरू तपाईँले पहिला कलेक्सन गरेर अनि बल्ल प्लानिङ गर्नुहुन्छ। अनि त्यसको बेसिसमा सबैलाई मैले यही भने है, सबैको स्टाइल त्यही हो। जुन प्रोजेक्ट पनि पहिला तपाईँले प्लानिङ गर्नुहुन्छ, प्लानिङको अर्थ कस्तो भन्दाखेरि के तपाईँले राख्ने हो तपाईँको डिजाइनमा, अनि त्यसपछि के फेसिलिटी हुनेछन्, के एक्स्ट्रा चिज हुने के अरे सर्भिसहरू हुनेछन्, अथवा तपाईँको आर्किटेक्चर भ्यूबाट तपाईँले केही इन्फर्मेसन लिने हो भने कोही आर्किटेक्चरकै लिटरेचरहरू पढ्ने हो कि, अथवा तपाईँ कोहीसँग कन्सल्टेसन गर्नुहुन्छ कि आर्किटेक्चर पोइन्ट अफ भ्यूबाट पनि। अब अहिले चलिरहेका यहीँ हाम्रो आर्किटेक्टका साथीहरू कोही हुनुहुन्छ भने, अथवा कोही तपाईँको साथी आर्किटेक्ट अहिले तपाईँसँग सँगसँगै पुल्चोकमा पढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने त्यस्तो खालको इन्फर्मेसनहरू कलेक्सन गर्ने। अनि दोस्रो भनेको त्यसकै इन्फर्मेसनमा रहेर लिटरेचर रिभ्यू एकदम मस्ट गर्ने कि धेरैभन्दा धेरै लिटरेचर रिभ्यू गर्ने। हाम्रो चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब हाम्रो फेरि रमाइलो के त भन्दाखेरि लिटरेचर रिभ्यू गर्ने भएपछि मेरोसँग मिल्दो मेरो दाइले गर्नु रहेछ ल गो थ्रु दिस रिपोर्ट भन्ने नै तपाईँको लिटरेचर रिभ्यू हुन्छ कि द्याट इज भेरी रङ प्र्याक्टिस। त्यो चाहिँ गर्नुहुन्न। अहिलेको स्टुडेन्टले त्यो गर्ने तपाईँहरूले गर्नु पनि हुँदैन र अहिले डिपार्टमेन्टले पनि त्यसरी प्र्याक्टिस गर्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्दैन है। त्यो हुनाले त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ याद गर्नु होला। तपाईँको जस्तो अब आइएस कोडहरू हेर्ने, आइएस इन्डियन के अरे कमर्सियल बिल्डिङहरू बनाएकै ऊहरू हेर्नुहोस्, अरू के अरे देशहरूमा पनि बनाएकाहरू अब हाम्रै कन्टेक्स्टमा हेर्नुहोस् होइन। यो कुराहरू चाहिँ ठिक छ। अरू मैले हेरेँ तपाईँको त्यो अहिलेको हिसाबमा यो चिजहरूलाई अलि डिटेल बुझ्नु होला। तपाईँले लेख्नु भएको छ। त्यो लिमिटेसनमा तपाईँले भन्नुभएको नि, त्यो लिमिटेसनमा चाहिँ त्यो चिजहरू लेखिँदैन। तपाईँले कस्तो भन्दाखेरि बजेट हामी के सपोज गर्छ भने उसले तपाईँलाई के रिक्वायरमेन्ट अनुसार गर्छ नि कमर्सियल बिल्डिङ डिजाइन गर भन्दा उसले त त्यो रिक्वायरमेन्ट अनुसारको बजेट त उसले अलोकेसन गरिहाल्छ होइन। त्यहाँ त त्यसको लिमिटेसन हुने नै भएन, किनभने हि पर्पोज टु बिल्ड द कमर्सियल बिल्डिङ विदिन हिज ओन बजेट लिमिट होइन। त्यो हिसाबमा। अनि अर्को चाहिँ तपाईँले अब इनर्जी कन्ज्युम्सनको हिसाब गर्दाखेरि जस्तो तपाईँले यो कुरा ठिकै गर्नुभयो। अब अहिले कहिलेकाहीँ ग्रिन सस्टेनेबल इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर भन्ने टर्मिनोलोजीहरू पनि आएको छ। ग्रिन सस्टेनेबल इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर भनेको अब तपाईँले चाहिँ ग्रिन त्यो कन्स्ट्रक्सन गर्दाखेरि ग्रिन मेटेरियल पनि प्रयोग गर्नुहुन्छ। ग्रिन मेटेरियल भनेको अर्थ बुझ्नु होला। अनि दोस्रो भनेको इनर्जी म्यानेजमेन्ट गर्नुहुन्छ, त्यहाँको इनर्जी सकेसम्म त्यहीँको कन्ज्युम्सन गर्ने खालको हिसाबले। अर्को वेस्ट वाटर म्यानेजमेन्ट गर्नुहुन्छ, त्यो वेस्ट वाटरलाई कसरी वेस्ट वाटर इभन वेस्ट अर्को ऊ पनि यस्ता सबै प्रिन्सिपलहरू पनि हुन्छन्। त्यो चिज पनि अब अहिले पछि बनेका कमर्सियल बिल्डिङहरूमा त्यो पनि अप्लाई गरेको देखिन्छ। अब हामीले त्यो अप्लाई गर्ने प्र्याक्टिसमा हामी गर्न सक्छौँ सक्दैनौँ। अब यस्तो पनि छ यो चिजहरू भन्ने खालको कुराहरू इन्क्लुड गर्नु होला। ओके, थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच फर दिस ग्रुप।
थ्याङ्क यू सर।
नेक्स्ट ग्रुप। मैले एउटा आई डु रिक्वेस्ट अल टु सबमिट द योर प्रोजेक्ट प्रपोजल अन द टिम है। टिममै पठाइदिनु होला। अनि म चाहिँ फेरि थरली नै हेरेर पछि फेरि अलिअलि कमन कमेन्टहरू पनि गरौँला नि। पढ्दै जाँदाखेरि यो ग्रुपमा यस्तो थियो भनेर है। अब अलिअलि केही गरी भन्नुहोस् न, डिपार्टमेन्टले मार्किङ पनि गरिदिनुहोस् भन्नुभयो भने प्रेजेन्टेसन त्यसपछि रिपोर्ट सबै चिजको एस्पेक्टबाट गरिन्छ नि त, त्यो पनि इन्क्लुड गरिदिनु होला है। लम्साल भाइ, मैले त्यो रिक्वेस्ट गरेँ, सबैले त्यो पठाउनु होला। रिपोर्ट प्लस स्लाइड दुइटै पठाइदिनु होला।
हुन्छ सर।
ग्रुप 1, ग्रुप 2, ग्रुप 3 तपाईँले के नाम दिनुभएको छ नि तपाईँको उसमा त्यही राखिदिनु होला। अनि मैले केही न केही तरिकाले तपाईँहरूलाई चाहिँ कमेन्ट पनि फेरि गरौँला त्यो डिटेलमा पनि। सिक्ने कुरा यही नै हो। त्यो अब तपाईँलाई एकदम इभ्यालुएसनमै त्यसलाई कन्ट्रोल गर्ने भन्ने पनि नहोला मेरो तर्फबाट त। त्यो चिज याद गर्नु होला ल। ओके, प्लिज। मल्टी स्टोरी 3 स्टार होटल बिल्डिङ। ओके,
Good morning, everyone. We are at straight into the presentation. We are under the building screen, and the title of our project is Analysis and Design a Multi-Story 3-Star Hotel Building. To understand about 3-star hotel building, first of all, we
आराम हुन्छ सर।
Now, buildings are any structures. Buildings are any structures consisting primarily of foundation, plinth, walls, roofs. Building service usually used for different purposes like shelter, education, business, etc. They are subjected to various loads, and the members are subjected to forces like axial force, shear force, bending moments while transferring. This analysis is carried out to predict the behavior of a given building under the load conditions. Next slide. Next slide, please. Now, as we know, the COVID crisis affects every field, with hotel being exception, but the prospect of tourism cannot be ruled out. Moist insurgency and the great earthquake of 2015. We have mainly focused on the foreign tourists, as that site is located near the tourist center of Bukhara. Next slide. With Bhubaneswar Airport also to operate by 2022, the opportunity that lays before us is immense, and the hotel establishment is the most habit. We know that Nepal lie on the sea. The recurring earthquake pose major problems planning, and thank you.
Talking about the objectives of our project, the objectives are as follows: to design various structural components of building based on the limit-state method of design, to perform detailed structural analysis of the building using computer software, and to estimate the total cost of building construction and suggest cost-effective design. Here are the scope of our project: preparation of architectural plans and drawings, determination of structural system of building to undertake the vertical and horizontal loads, estimation of the loads that the building may encounter during its lifetime, study of design requirements and codal provision for better performance of building under different combination of loads, and modeling of the building for structural analysis and preliminary design of structural elements. The structural analysis of building using ETABS for different cases of loads, review of analysis outputs for design of individual components, and detailing of individual members and preparation of working drawings. And talking about the limitations of our project, this project doesn't cover the determination of soil parameters such as pH value, type of soil, shear strength, void ratio, etc. In this project, we are not going to conduct any site investigation. Thus, the bearing capacity of the soil will be adapted through literature review on same kind of works done previously. And this project will not include the design and layout of water supply system, sanitary system, electrical system, and heating, ventilating, and air cooling systems.
Next chapter is about literature review. Literature review covers the review of the various research articles, building codes, standards, and research conducted in the past related to the topic. One of the most important standard about the hotel is Hotel Standard 2070, which includes the minimum requirement for 3-star hotel building, like the minimum number of room, minimum parking area, and minimum area required for a building for a room. It is 196 square feet, including bathrooms. And another code is most important code is NBC 206 2015. This code covers the general building requirement as stated in Bhavan Act 2055, and the principal focus of this code is on the safety of the occupants in building during earthquake, fire and natural disasters. And another most important thing is bylaws, which covers the criteria like FAR, GCR, setback, and light plane, etc. Moving to the next section, this section is all about the design and analysis of the multi-story building and the research conducted by the scholars in past. One we selected most important research conducted in this field. Moyes R. Bhatta 2017 made a comprehensive study about the analysis and design of the hotel building near Pokhara, which was carried out using SAP 2000, StatPro, AutoCAD, and the foundation was designed using SAFE software. Based on the analysis result, design and detailing was done in Excel. Sample beam, column, and slab were designed manually, and the results were checked with the analysis results using IS codes. And the next important research done by Moyes and Patil and other colleagues, they studied the seismic analysis of the multi-story building using ETAP software, and similarly the results generated were checked using IS codes.
Thank you, Sandeep Best. Good morning to all. Without delay, I like to proceed forward and like to present the rest of the topics, which are methodology, expected outcomes, and project schedule. Firstly, let's inaugurate with the methodology. Methodology is a procedure or technique to identify, select a process, and analyze the information about the topic. It bridges the gap between the objectives and outcomes. Now, let's talk about the project methodology of the residential building. There are some of the crucial points which are clearly shown in the flowchart and presented in the sequential order. Let's get through a short brief on each point. Firstly, talking about the identification of requirement, it includes the knowledge regarding the core subjects and codal requirements. In the functional design, the work to be done are preparation of architectural drawings and plans and estimation of loads, idealization, and detail reinforcement. In the preliminary design, shaping and sizing of the structural members like beams, columns. Next is modeling and analysis, which are done with several softwares like ETAPS, StatPro, SAP, etc. In the design and detailing, which includes the calculations, detailing in Excel softwares, and design in the form of drawings. Then cost estimation of the building construction is done. And finally, documentation and report preparation, which includes final sizing of the structural members, modification in the drawings, and presenting in well-documented format. These are some of the proficiency in the methodology of our project. Secondly, I'll be talking about the expected outcomes. Let's introduce a little bit. Generally, it is the output of the project. It addresses the needs shown in the statement of problems. It explains the benefits and beneficiaries of the projects. Now, talking about the expected outcomes of our projects, which are as follows. Point number 1, structural and architectural design of the multi-story 3-star hotel building. Point number 2, detailed cost estimation for construction of proposed building. These are some of the central pivotal points on the expected outcomes of our project. Now, thirdly, I'll be talking about the project schedule. Let's bring some lights on it as well. It is just a time work arrangement in sequential order. About 1/4 of our scheduled work has been finished, and we are recently working on our plans, and rest of the work will be done according to the presented schedule. We are hoping to finish our most of the work by the end of this month. This way, I would like to conclude our presentation. I hope we have succeeded to give you a short brief on our proposal. We are hoping for your feedbacks and queries, if any. Lastly, I'd like to end by thanking you all for listening, and special thanks to our respected sir for providing these opportunities to present our proposal. Thank you.
ए हजुर हुन्छ सर, हस् म यहाँ कम फोन गर्छु, उहाँहरूको एउटा कमेन्टमा लागेँ, म सरलाई फेरि ए हस् सर, हस् 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 सरी ओके। होटल बिल्डिङ भन्ने भयो है। अब होटल बिल्डिङ त्यही माथि आएर स्टार होटल बिल्डिङ भन्नुभएको छ होइन। अब जस्तो ठिकै छ, यो तपाईँको टपिक्स त ठिक छ। तपाईँहरूले चाहिँ के गर्नु होला भन्दाखेरि जस्तो व्हाट आर द रिक्वायरमेन्ट्स फर द स्टार होटल, स्पेसल्ली इन द कन्टेक्स्ट अफ नेपाल, एज पर द एनएस कोड होइन। अब यस्तो कुराहरू चाहिँ याद गर्नु होला। तपाईँको यो के अरे लिटरेचर रिभ्यू के अरे अब्जेक्टिभ देखाउनु त। ओके हजुर म पछि कमेन्ट गरेँ है। एउटा सानो प्रब्लम भयो के अरे तपाईँहरू नेक्स्ट तयारी हुनुहोस् त। के भयो यहाँ
Hello, good morning everyone. It's me Suriman Sapkota presenting our proposal on structural analysis and seismic resistant design of multi-storied RCC hospital building. I would like to shortly introduce about our project. In present context, land available is less and the available land is overpriced in the congested areas like Pokhara. So the construction has to be carried out vertically instead of lateral expansion. This has mostly led to the construction of high-rise multi-storied building. Hospitals require more space for the quality services, so the construction of multi-storied hospital building is also beneficial. Being beneficial, multi-storied building come up with greater risks of earthquake and structural risks. Entire region of Nepal is prone to earthquake and it lies in active seismic zone 5. Bihar, Nepal earthquake, Bajang earthquake, Udaipur earthquake, Gorkha earthquake, Lamjung earthquake are some of the recent earthquake experienced by Nepal. According to the Global Report on Disaster Risks, Nepal ranks the 11th position in terms of earthquake risks. So seismic resistant analysis and the design is foremost factor in construction of building. This is the map of public houses fully destroyed by the earthquake 2015. And this is the picture of structural failure of a multi-storied RCC building due to earthquake that I got on the internet. So the primary design of building will be made. They will be analyzed for different loading condition and designed. As codes, building codes, and existing practices will be followed. Software like AutoCAD, SAP, 2000 ETABS will be used to analyze and design performance of the structure under stipulated loads, and the other external effect will be predicted. Now I'd like to call upon Smita Paudel for the further presentation.
Thank you, Surya. Good morning, everyone. I will like to firstly present the statement of the problem. As our topic is structural analysis and seismic resistant design of the multi-stored RCC hospital building, we are mainly focused on the constructing an earthquake resistant building. So major problem is location of our place in high seismic region. Now objectives. The major objectives of our project are to identify the structural arrangement of the plan. Similarly, by using computers software, detailed structural analysis of the building and designing and detailing of those structural components. Also, following the code provision for reinforced concrete designing, study about the earthquake engineering and applied that. Finally, estimating the total cost of the building and building construction. While carrying out the project, different limitations are found because of this pandemic condition. We are unable to go to site. Also, we are unable to do soil tests like SPT, DSPT, boarding, etc. Also, data of the wind speed of the Pokhara is unavailable. We are focused on structural analysis. So architectural design of the building is not included. Thank you. I would like to call Sandeep for further topic.
Hello, good morning, everyone. It's me, Sandeep. Regarding the title of our project, project on structural analysis and seismic resistant design of multi-storied RCC hospital building. Now I'm going to start the literature review. Talking about the literature review, first of all, there are different types of building. I would like to start from the types of building. For example, a residential, assembly, educational, hospital and clinic, commercial, office, industries, and storage. Please change the slide. Okay, we are focusing on the hospitals and clinic. Hospitals and clinic group shall include all the medical and health institution instruction which are intended to house persons suffering from physical or mental illness, diseases, or infirmity, or to provide care for infants or aged person. Smaller clinics with an area less than 100 square meter, or where the patients are not expected to stay may be excluded from this. Hospitals and clinics shall be divided. There are two types of general hospitals and clinics shall be divided into two categories, subgroup D1 and subgroup D2. Please change the slide. There are two types of general code of practice. One is Nepal National Building Code, NBC 1994, and another is Indian Standard IS Code of Practice. Change the slide. Okay, here we go. Design methods. In design methods, there is a limit state method, and limit state method is categorized into different two types. One is limit state of collapse, and another is limit state of serviceability. Now I would like to hand over this project to my friend Suraj.
Thank you, Sandeep. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Sir, can you hear me? Hello, sir.
Susmita का mic on था.
Suraj, continue the presentation.
You are audible. Continue the presentation.
Okay.
You
Now
are
I'm
audible,
going to-
Suraj. You can talk.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you are
Now I'm
audible.
going to present
Continue.
about the site location and the methodology. Talking about site location, our site location lies in Pohara, Naya Bazar. The location map, there is no slide of the location map. We presume that this is the most reliable location for the hospital, which is our project. Now coming to methodology, this includes the steps or procedures we followed to carry out this project. We define methodology based on the following subheadings. First, general methodology, then time schedule, then data collection, and then data analysis. Now moving on to next slide. This is how we divide the works along with the time periods we schedule. This is presented with the help of Gantt chart, as you can see in the screen. Moving on to next slide, we have data collection. This shows the way we collected data, mainly primary and secondary. We mainly focused data through secondary sources as we were unable to conduct surveys and field tests due to COVID situation. Next slide, please. After data is collected, we analyze the data focused on these factors: topographical and location map, seismological map, soil investigation report, meteorological data, various books and codes. To continue this presentation, I would like to call our fifth member, Sandeep Patel.
Thank you, Suraj. And for this project, the site location is the Naya Bazar Pohara and the Naya Bazar Pohara. To conclude this project, this proposal here is to define the various aspects of the building, construction to make the building earthquake resistance, design principles, hospital building design, and the analysis will be carried out with the above mentioned procedures. This project is with the aim of designing earthquake resistant hospital building with the features as per the specification. This design also tries to fulfill the desire of the client, being economical without compromising any quality. And next slide. The reference are we collected the different data from the different books, IS codes, and Wikipedia, as well as from the National Building Code. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Please, you provide these all materials for me, then I would put your comments. Please go ahead. इमर्जेन्सीमा ए हजुर ए हजुर ए
Hello,
हजुर
sir.
हजुर यज्ञराज जोशी यज्ञ प्रसाद कि यज्ञराज जोशी
Hello, hello.
म यहाँ यिनीहरूलाई उ गर्छु एक्सक्युज मी आई हेभ सम अर्जेन्ट टास्क है तपाईँले यो गर्दै गर्नुहोस् मैले एउटा यहाँ कोभिड म्यानेजमेन्ट पनि गर्नुपर्ने भयो म यहाँ फोन गरिरहेको छु तपाईँको ऊ चाहिँ प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्दै गर्नुहोस् है मै छु यहीँ छु तर तपाईँलाई चाहिँ मैले प्रपरली सुनिरहेको छु र तपाईँलाई सजेसन गर्न सकिनँ म यहाँ अर्को फोनमा बिजी भएँ है ल प्लिज गो अहेड
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Sunil Sapkota. First of all, I would like to thank our respected Irman sir for providing this opportunity to present our proposal. Now we are going to present our project proposal, and our topic of interest for project is analysis and design of signalized intersection. As we all know that the major way of transportation in context of our Nepal is highway, and in spite of being two, we are facing much more problems in this field. Daily we have heard, seen many of accidents due to this condition, and being closer, the major issue is found in intersection, mainly in urban area of Nepal, where traffic jam and collision of vehicles are mostly observed. So our main concept is to analyze the traffic flow of intersection and generating model of smart signalized intersection, so that we can implement this model as basis during design and construction in the context of Nepal. Right. Nowadays, intersection are of great concern for highway and traffic engineers. It becomes mandatorily essential to improve or upgrade the intersection and maintain the traffic stream signalized intersection. Signalized intersection channelize the traffic stream in a directional form from analysis of saturation flow, VC ratio, level of service, delay of vehicle, etc. Please change the slide. Now, while talking about problems due to haphazard urban development and increment of population, the road traffic in many of urban area is suffering from traffic congestion. The traffic in the road is reached in peak level during peak hours and off-peak hours too. So collision of vehicles are happening at high rates. In the slide. Now, while talking about objective, our main objective is to study the traffic flow data collected from intersection and improvement of efficiency of traffic signal control during condition of oversaturated traffic by summarizing a signal timing plan. Furthermore, the improvement of geometrical configuration and upgrade of the congested intersection is also given priorities. Now, I would like to ask our another member, Mr. Sujan B. Milsina, to proceed further. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. I would like to take over from here. After the introductions about the roadway intersection, here we are on literature review. Talking about the literature review under analysis and design of signalized intersection, position, types, and problem faced on intersections of road are explained on Highway Capacity Manual by National Research Council US on 2000. Similarly, Nepal Roadway Standard describes the roadway and its geometric size along with its presence on Nepal Roadway Standard 2070. Similarly, issue and strategy about the road intersections were discussed on the report by Savan and Al Nasha. Similarly, reports of Ang, it mentions the regression model to estimate the intersection capacity at R1 and its delay time. I would like, thank you for changing the slide. And I'd like to talk about the location. Living at Pokhara for such a long time, we have seen many traffic problems like traffic jams, vehicle collisions and accidents, deaths, delay, and traffic jams, huge traffic jams on roadway intersections, especially on the main city areas like Prithvi Chowk, Chipledunga, Mahendrapol, and many others of Pokhara Valley. Hence, we decided to analyze the Prithvi Chowk area where we can see the high density of vehicles because of the interlinking of various highway like Prithvi-Iioe and routes. Prithvi Chowk is considered as the routes to many places, and having the bus park near it, we can see huge traffic jams near Prithvi Chowk area. So we decided to analyze and solve the problems faced by the people at Prithvi Chowk. So our locations is Prithvi Chowk to analyze the intersections of it. And thank you. I would like to request Mr. Sisir Acharya to proceed further.
Thank you, Susan. Hello, everyone. So, methodology. First, we discuss about the methodology. The first approach will be the traffic volume count at the intersection. We count the traffic volume by video camera recording and different geometric conditions like the information regarding the approach grade, number and width of lane, and speed changing lane, conflict area, intersection angle, parking condition. It is determined by the survey of respective intersection area, and from the data we calculate the saturation flow, and from this we determine the capacity of the signalized intersection, and I also calculate adjusted flow phase plan. Service from the data we design the model which could solve the problem that arises intersection. I'd like the scope of our project from the model developed designed by this method. The model can be applied in the large city where where traffic volume is large. Traffic volume is large and congested, and by using the model of the model we develop, the traffic volume can be traffic accident can be minimized, and traffic volume can be traffic accident can be minimized, and the loss of life of due to this accident can be saved. I'll thank you, everyone. I'd like to give the mic to Mr. Sandesh Baral.
Thank you, Sisir. The traffic signals are simple yet efficient, since they have an easy to understand interface and design. However, there are also few disadvantages to this system. This methodology does not take into account the potential impact of downstream congestion on intersection operation. The methodology may cause an extreme interruption to the heavy flow of traffic due to the crossing of some other minor movements, which otherwise may not be able to move safely on the road. It also does not take into account the potential does not. It also does not detect and adjust for the impacts of turn pocket of overflows on through traffic and intersection operation. Besides this, it can also cause a delay in the startup of vehicles in the competing phase. Now, moving on to outputs or advantages. We can expect following outputs from the project. Design of smart signalized intersection model using softwares like VSIM, VC ratio for every lane and critical VC ratio in intersection, delays and level of service for each lane, each approach, and for overall intersection will be obtained. Phase plan for each left turn, right turn, and through turn. Thank you.
हजुर आउनुपर्ने होइन लामा चौर होइन, यहीँ तल तपाईँ अहिले ऊ के अरे बागलुङ 0 किलोमिटरबाट अलिकति अगाडि बढेपछि राइटमा पोखरा इन्जिनियरिङ कलेज भन्ने छ होइन सर? अनि पोखरा इन्जिनियरिङ कलेजबाट लिटल स्टेप स्कुलतिर आउनुहोस्। तपाईँ चाहिँ त्यो पोखरा बस व्यवसाय सङ्घ भन्ने छ नि सर, 0 किलोमिटरभन्दा अलिकति अगाडि, अनि त्यहाँबाट राइट यता तल जनप्रिय स्कुलतिर आउने बाटो छ नि, हजुर हजुर हो। अनि त्यहाँबाट छिरेर पनि फेरि अलिकति भित्र आउनुपर्ने हुन्छ।
लिटिल स्टेप भन्दा माथिल्लो गल्ली हो भन्ने बुझ्नुहुन्छ कि? लिटिल स्टेपको गल्ली भन्दा माथिल्लो गल्ली।
हजुर हजुर हो।
लिटिल स्टेपको गल्ली भन्दा माथिल्लो।
तपाईँ लिटिल स्टेपको गल्ली देख्नु भएको छ भने त्योभन्दा अलिकति माथिल्लो गल्ली हो कि?
अलिकति माथिल्लो, जस्ट माथिल्लो।
मन्दिरतिर जानु परेन, भित्री बाटोमै सुरु गरिहाल। तपाईँ अहिले कहाँ आउनुहुन्छ भने त? हो, मालीपाटनबाट ठ्याक्कै पृथ्वी राजमार्गतिर त्यो बस विशेषणबाट राइट। सरलाई म्युट हान्देऊ न, सुरु गर्देऊ न।
Okay. Hello, good morning all of you. Myself Satyam Kesari. Now our project detail study of design on a small hydropower plant in Burundi Khola. Now I would like to introduce about our project. Hydropower, one of the oldest energy sources that produces mechanical and electrical energy. Hydropower means generation of electricity from water by use of potential energy stored in the water. Nepal is a landlocked country with many freely flowing potential rivers originating from the Himalayas that are excellent for the generating electricity. The availability of abundant water resources and geophysical features in the country offers numerous opportunities for hydropower production. Now, status of hydropower development in Nepal. The total Installed generation capacity is 1182 megawatt. Peak electricity demand is 1320 megawatt according to 2018. NEA owned 621 megawatt, that is 34% of total sold electricity. Private investment 560 megawatt, that is 29%. And remaining requirements were satisfied by importing electricity from India. Nepal enjoys approximately 600 rivers with total length of 45,000 km. Average water runoff from this river is about 2020 billion cubic meter annually. Based on water resources availability, that is Nepal potential for hydropower has been estimated to be 83,000 megawatt. However, about 42 gigawatt is only considered economically viable. Thank you. I would like to call Sapna Bhattrai for continue our project.
Thank you, Satyam Kesari. Good morning, everyone. It's me, Sapna Bhattrai. Now, I would like to highlight some of the objectives of our project. First one is to prepare flow duration curve and to determine whether the project is to be continued or to be terminated. And second one is to carry out the hydrological, topographical, geological investigations and field survey and prepare layout, design and dimensioning of each components of the hydropower. And last one is to study the feasibility, economical viability, and environmental acceptability of the project. Next slide description. The shown image is of proposed site Burungdi Khola and is located northwest of Kaski, which is 42 km from Pokhara. The study area has an average altitude of 1270 meter above mean sea level, which is gently sloping topography to the south. The southern section of the area is Brithati at an altitude of 1030 meter above mean sea level towards Modikhola. The catchment area of the project is approximately 160 square kilometer. Since there is significant difference between elevation at a small horizontal range, so the selection of study site is quite primarily feasible. Now, literature review. We have reviewed many articles and research papers related to hydropower and concluded as the first hydropower scheme was developed in England and a single lamp was lit from the power generated. Talking about the energy context, hydropower contributed 1/5 of energy to the world. Stockling in 1980, geology of Nepal and its regional frame studied geological conditions of Nepal. We have to analyze the faults and folds of the sites, small hydropower technology and current status, renewable and sustainable energy reviews in studied in 2002. Studied rivers produces 22.4 billion cubic meters of surface runoff annually, which corresponds to more than 9,000 meter cube of water per capita. Nepal's electricity grid, which relies on long-term river projects, faces acute power shortage during the dry season and winter season. The proposed Burungdi Khola hydropower project is a runoff river type hydropower project having similar landscape and geography to that of Modikhola hydropower project, and it is one of the tributary of Modikhola. So the research article related to Modikhola is reviewed. Department of Electricity Development, DOED, 2018 guidelines for hydropower study has been reviewed. I'd like to request Sangam Acharya for the further presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is Sangam, and I would like to inform you about the methodologies that is required to fulfill the of our project. So, before hello. Hello.
Yes, Sangam, you're audible. Please continue.
Okay. So before describing about the methodologies, I would like to first put some insights over the working principle run-of-river hydropower plants. So talking about the run-of-river hydro, it uses the natural downward flow of the rivers and micro turbine to generate to capture the kinetic energy carried out by the water. Typically, at a high point along the rivers, a dam is constructed so that it creates a head mount in front of it, where the water is diverted from the river through a pipeline so that it can be carried through the penstock pressurized so that the water is strong enough for driving the turbines in the powerhouse and produce the electricity. So first, let me describe about the different stages of the hydropower development studies. Its recognition studies. It includes the project planning. Its main concerns is about the identification and investigation of the alternatives. All the relevant data are collected about the hydrology, geology, and the topography, and layouts are prepared for the study through the available literature, and the suitability of these layouts are evaluated here, and the economic viability assessment of project is also carried out. During the pre-feasibility studies, we will identify the projects more detailedly and generate more reliable results. Geological investigation will be carried out, and benefit cost are estimated based on the major quantities and comparisons. Establishments of approximate figures from the minimum discharge and average flood discharges. During the feasibility process, we'll conduct a street survey across a road, and detailed geological and geomorphological study of the river will be carried out. Okay, now I will explain about the basics of methodologies. So, current hydropower policy and rules of the Department of Electrical Development, that is DOED, our guidelines will be strictly followed for the project. Google Earth and geoportals are being used to establish the river's gross drop height and preliminary layout of the hydrological and geological investigations. At last, the feasibility report will be prepared for the proper site, and environmental impact assessment will be done. So we will use the sediment rating curve based on 3 years sediment sampling program to estimate the mean annual sediment inflow to the river reservoir, and floodplain visualization will be carried out with using one-dimensional hydrodynamic numerical modeling HECRAS. Statistical methods like least square method, regression models will be used for the error minimization and for rainfall and runoff modeling. The softwares to be used for this process will be ArcGIS, SAP 2000, HECRAS, and TurboFlow KSC for the design of powerhouse. And now I would like to invite Mr. Subhas to take over the session.
Thank you, Sangam. From this, I'll take over. So from the all over the literature review and the methodology as described by my friend, and from the overall project, we will expect the following results. And from the completion of this project, we will have the basic information of the river hydrology and the catchment area and the maximum maximum flow of annual flow, and the minimum and the average monthly runoff. And similarly, we will prepare the report of the construction of the hydropower plants, strictly following the DOED rules as mentioned by the Sangam. And similarly, and the most important part is the economic part, and we will have the detailed study of the economic part, whether the project is feasible or not, because in context of the Nepal, the economy is a most important part. And here is the schedule of our project expected. We have completed the proposal writing, and due to this pandemic, we are unable to conduct the topographical survey and the mapping. And now all the schedule is mentioned, and we are expected to finish our project by the February of 2022. And as thank you, that's all from us. and we will love to have feedback from you all. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Okay, next. Structural analysis, commercial building. Oh, many of you are on same project, commercial building. Okay.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are audible. Sorry for my dear student. Today I am on dilemma to manage my friend for the he's having problem of COVID. I'm just calling the ambulance, and I'm just hearing you without comment.
And no problem, sir. So can I start?
You can go ahead.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank our teacher, Mr. Nirmal Baran, for giving us a chance to present our project in front of our colleagues and improve on our presentation skills. Let me start this presentation by introducing myself and my fellow project partners. My name is Sawad Shrest, and my partners are Shivnaran Yadav, Subodh Mishra, and Saurabh Acharya, along with our project supervisor, Mr. Vikram Pandey. The title of our project is Structural Analysis and Design of a Commercial Building. Next slide, please. As you all can see on your screen, the word commercial means to make profit of something. Therefore, a commercial property refers to the establishment that makes profit to the investors. The purpose of a commercial building, specifically a shopping mall, is to provide goods to the consumers according to their desire and price range. The engineer has to keep in mind the municipal conditions, building bylaws, environment, etc. in suggesting a particular type of plan to any client. Next slide, please. On the next slide, we have the objective of the project. The main objectives of the project are as follows: to model the building for structural analysis, to design various structural components, to detail the structural members, and to estimate the costing of the proposed project. Next slide, please. On the next slide, we have the limitations of the project. Various soil tests such as SPT, DCPT hasn't been conducted. The wind speed of Pohara Valley was not available, and the hydrological data of a higher return period was not known. Next slide, please. On this note, I would like to hand over the presentation to my partner Saurabh to tell us about the literature review of the project.
Thank you, Sawad. Good morning, everyone. Here I am going to explain literature review of our proposal project. As we know, Nepal lies in seismic region, hence construction of commercial building is really tough and challenging. So we have followed all the standard codes and guidelines. And here we have selected plot and plinth area according to the building bylaws of Pokhara municipality, where we can check the floor area ratio and ground coverage ratio. Floor area ratio means the total floor area, means the ratio of total floor area and the total plot area, where ground coverage ratio is the ratio of maximum built up area of any floor to total plot area expressed in percentage. Next slide please. Thank you. We are going to use various standard codes of practice, and they are as Nepal National Building Code 2006 and 2015. It is especially used for architectural design requirements, which help us to design staircase, lift, and basement along with the opening schedule. And another code, IS 456,000. It is used for the. It is the main code of practice for the design of RCC structure. It helps us to enable the knowledge about mixing of areas to placement of reinforcement bar. And another code IS 875 Part 1. It is used for the dead loads, which are the non-moving load in the structure and along with its self weight. And another code IS 875 Part 2 is it enables us to calculate the live loads, which are movable loads. And another code IS 875 Part 3 is the code of practice for wind loads. Likewise, another code IS 14920 1993. It gives the detailed information about the ductility of an reinforcement bar subjected to seismic forces. And our another code IS 1893 2002 help us to to build the earthquake resistance design of structural of structure. That's all from my side, and now I would like to hand over presentation to Subodh.
Thank you, Saurabh. Good morning, everyone. As my group members have already presented the introduction and some peripheral knowledge about our project on commercial building, I am going to proceed towards my share of presentation, that is methodology. Without further delay, let's go directly on the subject. Methodology is the most important part of the project, where all the works to be done are planned and carried out. First of all, we selected a proper site for the construction of our building. The details of the site is shown in the slide. There are longitude, latitude, area of the plot, the type of soil, etc. Now, let's go to the procedure. In procedure, all the designs are based on the building laws and IS codes. Similarly, softwares like AutoCAD will be used for architectural design, and ETABS will be used for structural analysis. After all of this criteria will be satisfied, then finally our building will be feasible for construction. Now, I would like to call my friend Srinaran Yadav to conclude our presentation. In summary, thank you.
Thank you, Subodh Mishra. Good morning, everyone. I will now quickly conclude our presentation as my friends have already shared. The details of the project I am just going to tell what we have done till now in the project. The proposal has been submitted. The architectural design process is going on with consultation with our supervisor. The project has a good advantage to the public. The project is expected to obtain the design of earthquake-resistant commercial building with features as per specification. The design also fulfills the desire of the client being economical without compromising the quality and features. The building project is feasible. Building with structurally stable. That's all till now. Thank you, everyone.
Next.
अब रिभ्यू हेरौँ है सरले भन्छन् नि
बन्द कसरी गर्ने
के बन्द गर्ने यो मिटिङ के रेकर्डिङ
नेक्स्ट ग्रुपले गर्दा हुन्छ
हाम्रो पाइले आयो
एउटा ग्रुपले स्टार्ट गरौँ न कुनै पनि
तिम्रो भइसक्यो सर
भइसक्यो लिमिटेसनबाट स्टार्ट गर्ने
गर न के भएर
सुस्मित
Good morning, everyone. It's me, Susmit Khandka. Before entering the topic, first of all, I would like to thank Nirmal Bala sir for providing this opportunity. I'd like to directly enter into the topic now. Our project is analysis of slope failure for hill road and its disaster management. Nepal suffers from various types of water-induced disasters such as soil erosion, landslide, debris flow, flood, bank erosion, etc. Due to its rude topographically weak geological formation, active seismic conditions, occasional glacier lake overburst, flood, concentrated monsoon rains associated with unscientific land utilizations. Recent with the beginning of the monsoons in Nepal, country has faced a lot of damage in life and property. Melamchi, Elambu, floods and disaster of make the hydropower are some examples. Main aim of this project is to address the need to provide suitable slope stabilizations method which can be applied to common slope failure in the context of hill roads of Nepal. These are the some examples of flood landslide in hilly regions. So I would like to ask my friend Suresh to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Susmit. I would like to continue from where Susmit left. Now I am going to explain about the main objectives and scopes of our project. Objectives. The main objectives of our project is to study and investigate road slope failure causes and its management. Some major objectives are listed as below. To find out the characteristic of slope material such as soil, rock, vegetation, etc. To assess the status of damage caused by slope failure and to find out the causes of slope failure at site and to analyze soil characteristic of site soil and calculate its parameter such as density, plastic limit, liquid limit, permeability, shear strength, etc. And to suggest suitable slope management measures and to apply the usage of software like ArcGIS, slope failure analysis and its management technique. And scopes, some scopes of our projects. The main scope of our study is to able to suggest appropriate short-term as well as long-term countermeasure at the site after finding out the causes of failure. The study is responsible for accuracy in interpretation and analysis of data received and for the conclusion and recommendation from the study. Some scopes are listed as below. Purpose and suggest appropriate countermeasure for slope failure and various standard provision and policy for such projects will be known and perform lab tests to find out various soil parameters and prepare photographic documentation of site condition and knowledge about drainage structure, retaining structure, geometry of slope will be obtained. And I would like to call Subin Rimal for further presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh. My project members have already presented about the general concept, objectives, and scopes of our topic. But as we already know that any project is not perfect in itself, and there are certain limitations to anything we do. In our case, some of the limitations are as shown in the slide. I'd like to point it out. Our project does not study the immediate environmental effects of slope failure and slope management measures. Our study is particularized, it cannot be generalized everywhere. It means that our project is based on the site location and the conditions of the site are different in different parts. That's why our project cannot be generalized everywhere. Field study of only surface soil is done. Lack of instrument make it hard to study subsurface and groundwater table condition. Hydrometeorological data is not available everywhere. These are certain limitations of our project. Now I would like to say something about our literature review. We have tried to include a number of different parameters in our literature review. They are slope disaster management and its concept, planning of slope protection works, past studies and research, and possible measures for slope stabilization. In slope disaster management and concept, we have talked about the general concept of hill road, slope failure, and soil condition, and what are the possible countermeasures for the slope failure for suitable condition. In planning of protection works, we have presented about the assessment of disaster and the. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Subin Rumal, you are very much audible.
Okay. In planning of slope protection works, we have talked about the assessment of disaster and preliminary countermeasures, field investigation and stability analysis, selection of countermeasures, and monitoring as well as traffic control. In past studies and research, we have consulted various research papers and projects. In international research projects, we have consulted the bioengineering techniques from Gray and Saltier and McCaffrey, as well as we have consulted the USDA research papers. In the context of Nepal, we have consulted the report case study of Krishna Bir done by Department of Road under the supervision of Mr. Narendraman Shrestha, engineer Narendraman Shrestha. Possible measures for slope stabilization. The possible measures for slope stabilization includes the countermeasures according to the slope failure condition, such as we can use the concept of bioengineering, or we can use the concept of soil slope stabilization or rock slope stabilization, or we can use the concept of civil engineering aspect, or we can use retaining structures such as stone masonry, gabion wall, RCC wall, or sheet piles, or we can provide the subsurface or surface drainage condition according to the slope condition to countermeasure the slope failure at the site. So this much from my side. So I would like to call upon my friend Sudha Busal to continue with the presentation. Thank you. Hello, Sudha. Hello, Sudha.
भुसाल बोला न बोला किन डराएको
लाइट गएको छ अरे तँ भन्दैन
So there seems to be some technical problems with Sudha. So I myself would like to continue with the remaining presentation. So after literature review, we have methodology. Hello, Sudha, are you there? So okay, I would like to continue. So after literature review, we have methodology. In methodology, we have assessed a certain tasks in the order so that we can conduct the project. In first, we have site selection. In this, we present the past landslide zone or an active landslide zone for our project.
Hello,
and condition. Hello. Are you there?
Hello.
Okay. I would like to ask Sudha to continue. Okay, thank you. Suniha, Banon.
Slides here, okay, cool. Thank you, Subin. Now I'm going to present the ways and method by which our team are going to conduct the project. First of all, I'm going to highlight on methodology of our project and how we are going to conduct our project. All landslide zone will be in our priority, but for the site selection, we are looking on present hazards and we can still work on fresh landslide zone as well. Next study will be conducted by collecting the topographical maps and some meteorological data, hydrological data, and some GIS data as well. Reconnaissance, preliminary survey, and detailed survey will be done successively with different instruments and lab study for the soil and subsoil, and base will be conducted. And the data will be analyzed finally. Our working, next slide, please. Subin. Our working schedule and work breakdown is structure for the project is as shown in the figure. Also, this is not the final schedule. It can be modified in the context of final examination, but we are committed to complete in this time. So we have a time bound. So I didn't want to explain the topics of work breakdown structure. No expense on time, I highlight about the possible outcomes from our project. Since Nepal is going through various hazardous problems of slope instabilizations during the different road projects, slope stabilization is not studied well. But this time, with the report of our project, we had prepared some of the outcomes that can be possible. First of all, on-site characteristics of soil, which are density, plastic limit of soil, liquid limit, permeability, shear strength, and later on, with those data analyzed from the survey, we can find out the possible cause of slope failure. Beside this, we can suggest the suitable mitigating measures such as application of bioengineering technique, which is cheap and easy to conduct, and soil slope stabilization, rock slope stabilizations, retaining structures like gabion wall, stone masonry wall, concrete masonry wall, and rock anchorage works, slope drainage structure in accordance to slope failure cause. Also, during the conduct of while preparing the report for our project during the field visit, we have to focus on our security as well, because we have to go on the site of high landslide zone. Beside this, we still have to focus on our budgeting as well, because we still didn't have finalized our site, because the Nepal is suffering from at this recent time, Nepal is getting different hazards of floods and slope instability. Tentatively, we had planned to take the field or site in the Siddhartha Highway. We have tried to provide almost all details about our project. Even though with all these words, I'd like to stop our presentation. Next slide. Shubin. Okay, thank you for the audience and Nirmal sir as well. If you have any queries, you can mention here.
If you don't have any query, we would like to conclude our presentation. Thank you.
Welcome.
यो सेयरिङ कसरी क्यान्सल गर्ने हो?
त्यो रातो लिपको यताको हो, त्यही हो।
मालिकले फेरि भन्, म बाहिर गथे, सुन्न पाइन।
कुनै दिन बेलुका बसाइ बेला डिटेलमा सुनौला।
सक्यो सबैको।
त्यो 500 को पनि ल्याएर है।
यता पैसा पर्दैन।
बागवाला हुनु पर्यो, बागवाला।
केटा मेरो ल्यापटपको स्पिकर बिग्रियो यार, कसरी बन्छ ल्यापटपको माइक?
मलाई बिचमा हराइदिएर यार हावा मान्छे यार।
मलाई ल्यापटपको माइक अन छैन, हिजोसम्म सरले सोध्दा गइरहेको थियो त यार साउन्ड।
अपडेट गरेको थियौ र?
अब इयरफोन लगाऊ, इयरफोन।
अपडेट गरे
म त भुषण मेसेन्जरमा मेसेज लेख्न गएको कि अनि सुन्दै।
एक सेकेन्ड है त, म केटा इयरफोन लगाएर बोल्छु, ल्यापटपबाट साउन्ड आउँछ। र यो कसरी बन्छ भनिदिनु पर्यो मलाई।
अपडेट भएपछि यस्तो भएको र?
fixmyspeaker.com मा जाऊ।
सरकारले 80,000 दिनला नयाँ ल्यापटप किन्नु पर्छ।
तिमीहरू यहाँ कति यहाँ मिटिङमा कतिजना रहेछ? 35 जना रहेछ यार, सबले 2,000 उठ्यो दिए पनि हुन्छ यार। सवार त 80,000 कसरी दिन्छ रे यसो बुझ त
Okay, so presentation is over.
हजुर सर
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All group, you have finished?
हजुर सर सबैको सकियो सर
सकियो होला सर कोही छैन बाँकी गरेर ए ओके ओके थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच म पनि इन्टरप्ट नै भएँ मैले भर्खरै एम्बुलेन्समा पठाएँ साथीलाई है अब केयर नि त्यो डब्लुआरसीको नेक्सस जुन बाँकी छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अलिअलि इन्फर्मेसन भएको हिसाबले सहयोग गर्छु भन्दा भन्दै आफै फेरि धेरै ठाउँ इन्भल्भमेन्ट भइहाल्छ 10वटा फोन गर्नुपर्छ एउटा एम्बुलेन्स बोलाउन हैन ल एनीवे यु डिड वेल sorry I couldn't respond you and provide the good feedback during your presentation time. I will see and later provide the information. यदि क्लासमै गरौँला प्रत्येक ग्रुपको क्लासमै यो ग्रुपको यस्तो थियो नि है भन्ने एउटा डिल गरौँला तपाईहरुले चाहिँ त्यो मलाई सबै पठाइदिनु होला ओके थ्यांक यू फर टुडे हैव अ गुड डे अब नेक्स्ट थर्सडे आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ हामी फ्लड को बारेमा अलिकति पढ्छौं अनि त्यो तपाईले मलाई चाहिँ भन्नुस् अब त्यो कस्तो भन्दाखेरि तपाईले न्यूमेरिकल कसरी गर्ने चलन गर्नुभएको उही पीडीएफ मा देखाएर गर्ने वाला तरिका हो भने त्यसरी त्यहाँ दुईटा न्यूमेरिकल छ त्यो गर्नुपर्छ ल त आजलाई यति नै गरौँ
श्रवण लम्साल